92.9. But that's here, Papa. Here we go. But I'm faster than it be my a must connected Ghana Liberty. Now I don't pay one more darubam, but one more once I say. And so someone so trivia no any. And so I see the year and the four flats. Now baby a one, but you developer. I don't pay your baby now. It's a bunch of numbers now. What frame must confirm any one more than come on. But you want that one when Sabe Casa said, to be our person, but you better be the assassin or a year. That year, wait, one more a year promotion. One more chassis on the 20th of May. One more the park, the 14th of May. It is a woman can or pay year. But you, assassin here, assassin here, Japadia Pa. Say, and now promotion, I hear one plot, you tell someone will say, I can't pay 30,000 Ghana cedis. They say, you're the 18,000 Ghana cedis. You're not paying half plot, you do 15,000. They say, you see between 9,000 Ghana cedis. Now, you're my half plot of land. A very superb community. But you don't pay what to be, I wouldn't know who they be. I don't pay. The must connected Ghana Limited for. And then this is when you're at the Atogo and the amount. And Sassin will show only 10 minutes drive from Central University, 5 minutes drive away from a Segulary housing project. And until I don't pay, make it a point. Not once so Joe Assassin. But just so we use it for private development. Would you see why we feel? I don't pay or you may trade amount. A year service block, a year demarcation in for gated community. And when I will pass, nobody home come or you may trade amount. Come up. I face we use it as a for commercial purposes. But your more would this school day, more would this sorry, more would be a filling station. And a warehouse, event center, shopping mall, episode. But you won't pass us on the Kessben party. When they must connected Ghana Limited, any income pay under promotion. But you are to tell one is a board that won't pull them. There is a represent. That's weekend in the you don't cover side figure, especially memory data. I don't think I watch you, but you don't go to share. I don't pay so wood here when it's just on you to one more. Name mom, what person will call now, call her assassin. Now I register your true, your book, you come up. Yes, sir, you be ya. Weekend be ya, you be who you do more air class assassin. Na afeye to many bodies I was so come up. I don't channel pay. Pay a trap I one kind. Office no a hane walk. You was Sprinters Road in the community 18 junction. A one kind. But you to me afraid numbers in case set one in crime. I don't pay for you 0553 840-646 0553-840-646 and I for 0553 838730 0553-838730. Now when a must connected Ghana Limited in Kobano pay but your one bed Joseph. Your satisfaction is our priority. And for talk one chance I say my emphasis can be just what I do this week. And be good then when you near me but your boss be hard. That's a fair watch idea. We're feeding in Costa Kessben Studio 92.9 on radio. At a fair Kessben television. More you should be a Stephen England. But your Ukoswa channel 364. Now, when you're live, there was so. I face we used to go TV. A channel 121. na anope wako so na watching afi njumedi. We need a Kwame Appiah Kubi 7:45. Thank you so much for joining us. And what Jumedi so. Now news coming in. Ora Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa say Senate no one more interest in hotels are working one some more. It looks as if say Akwakoda no one no party a citizen no want to me enter fako and share Magana Japadi to say no yenton and fama onipa baako, especially when the person is a minister under this government. There be was here a conflict of interest. Any issues ahodwa ekeka kahuni nyina no na entwe ye ema Ghana fo nso ebufu ehye womo abufu. Now the new announcement Southton Northton Rashibedwani no ede aba no ene say womo anhwe. In this case we refer to aban na afei womo and desist from such initiatives demonstration ana obetumi aye ewo krom papa. Quite an interesting one. Na mame kwa humane so na many ora David Ofria Champo ending combo. Mr. Champo otimenka good morning and pom to saying
okay na me adom me hoye na also e
already adom yenso ye hoye na mete wonka na ache
alas me bisa was na say wetia wona achi
Isaiah made as say I don't pay waje. So now the kind minim say what you have also been a former member of the Senate board. What's na Senate board and so ashe a huge Senate kwanya wo mufa so a wo mudi wo dwumade ahodo pi. There to be wo investment ahodo a wo ye. The ntia e mo yes investment ni nyina no as a former board member no you've been privy to some of these things AC. First of all, ma yentias here such decisions no ayana ifrihin ana eba na afeyemra the substantive issue.
Yo speaker made us me chair for Nashville. I said I work on a survey under the 13th board of Senate. Osha Emrana establishes Senate board now. Organized labor for your Nipan 9 and your board also. Until from 2016 to January 2021. Name General Secretary of NAT, Prince Ankara, General Secretary of Ghana Mine Workers Union. Naba Azonko no a president of CLOSAG. Now I think regional coordinator for the Upper East region. And TUC for Deputy Secretary General Joshua Nsa. Yenani represented the interests of organized labor on the board of Senate for that 4 years. The 13th board now inaugurated. Now, Speaker, I want to say a board is as good as its management. And you know, say you do got na board so mona management in direction. The direction also will depend on a lot of things that will come before the board. Yen the year try on na year ejuma for na msifo. Into na year greatest incentive and they say protect the investment of workers so far as retirement was concerned. Into name bia ye the giti say ye in the interest of protecting the interests of the people we represented on the board.
Representing the interest, Yes, there may be some of very champion representing the interest, Now the question is that Ejumayeni biano 8-year contributions to Senate. And only being a Senate share education investment, na emphasize beba so no. I mean they are able to give back to the same workers a contributee. Yeah. At the time I must survey your board in the sono. Was there any instance a buy? Yes, I mean. Nyumayekuwa who be a Senate ewo interest wo mo no ye bedroom pempenso as say ye turn those interest na shares no emma other entities na afei I mean for one reason or the other no Senate etimi edu away with such investment. Now how prudent has it been in time past our board no so no the interest of Senate in some of these major hotels ye di hon komo anopay.
Well, say Senate Everton the shares in some of the companies there. Na CBB Accra and Sunny buy. Obaka na bank bi o na Senate what there. Senate for Tom my Ecobank. Problem here,
Okay.
Maho. Now, Senate for majority shares in Merchant Bank. Senate for Tom here, Emma group here friend for test. And a toy. Emma says, I mean, because I think says Senate retaining about 3% shares in it. Speaker no cry walk on and say, Senate a Juma. So,
Exactly.
and a buying appointed the board chairman and the director generals of the organizations are SNET. In the same way, no companies are SNET own no, and yes, SNET board and appointed chairman and the chief executives of the companies. They are buying the appointed one. But the bus companies no running on a ground. No, omu yesika dia. Omu nkwa buying ho. Na oma ba SNET ho. Na chisabe pure board ninim. Say SNET and so must say. Look, hotels asemi awamuke. We took that decision during our tenure. Because companies need be where I don't want to mention names. Mutamu a journalist, you can go to SNET, get the documents and look at it. Hotels need be where boso me so omutu omodwuma ye foka. Na oma basnet abeka kire yen say omotua omo workers ne de ka. Na mom omuntimi ntua workers no social security contribution. Womo ntimi ntua womo income tax a omo de koma GRA. Yensa ma womo sika emfanto electricity. So speaker, you ubisa who say, as you for sika ni ye invested. Now you set up an organization. I was a Eddie income brain. Now yet me sika. Now you may for call ahumjimwa. Ye da so masin ye. Now almost I'm babe catch the what you man say. Ejuma ye afi bosun we nyina no. Sika enya ye ne ye tua ye ho ka. Na mum social security kura house ye tua. Emma workers na most mo betimi nya bia invest no ye ni bi. Kania cry in this case better Kania. Income tax cry into Yama buy. Into board no sign approve near Simon Mamus come from Quest Edgeman. Into a trans and who said no. Sadly, we see I'm sure ya one day no. A big good senate because investment who invested by a Winyesica and I speak an yes. Oh, just na running ground. Share oh baby to say Elmina Hotel, Elmina Beach Hotel say. The last time I was there, no, wow, better hotel be so bubuni in egu no sin fofo. Omo about sir, neglect. They can't break even. So what I say? Into Tembia no more ba Busia Beach, the same thing. So we took a decision, say, look, management, yeah, mama quine as board. Mumpe strategic investor. Now on top shares no, majority shares na work company no. So I better majority shares na. Na Senate attend ho afi its management ho. Say the bear say who speaker no when speaker no akoto the hotel bia. Me nua obetena se ma hotel na run underground sir. So
but Mr. Shampo, my young clarify we answer. As majority shareholders, is SNET. I mean, part of the daily management of the hotels, and again, these are the same hotels. Almost every time, Biano. Obekono ewo over 80 to 85% occupancy. And presumably, it is assumed say the hotels are doing well.
And occupancy is not at that level at all. Because like I told you, offer who they call La Pam, I will say, correct occupancy. It's never true. They run far below that. If apart from maybe a Ridge Royal and I work Cape Coast, Elmina Beach, I don't think they are even running 50%. Oko Busia. It's nothing to talk about. So what I say. Now management, even in some of those, yeah, the SNET workers na kwa juma. Can you believe that? SNET workers ni be secondly one to hotel, no so munya juma no, and then they work there. Now boso me beso no, omuntu mi entua social security on behalf of the event and other workers now munya SNET for. At the end of the year, no dividend comes. So we took a decision and look, I did we a cost that year assembly. It is not for me because in time I am board no son. Now a Labadi Beach Hotel Crapo say now it had been contracted to a management company. I've forgotten the figure, but they were paying them about $3 million a year just to manage the hotel. And to be say I didn't think that's idea. Young Tom, majority shares, it won't be a Moby. No, but who may a majority shareholder. Na yen GSC can be intimi fa invest. Na yen na responsibility na e da yen so de bia yesika no ayemma no kakra ba no mo san abase e ma omu bi na omo fa enko tretadwuma no. So that was the decision that informed the board at that time. They said, look, management, monko per strategic investor no mbra. Obia sebi odnisika bi remu a na se adwuma no gu a problem no MAA dia bio because atom majority shares I woman in yetika kakra to. They said the Chinese dividend beba. Yeah, secondary workers be and free SNET so amko adwuma wo. Then cut it down on the expenditure of SNET. So that was the decision that we took. Well, when I speak, I mean the MEA says the interest of labor on the board. Process we started around 2018. At the time, the four of us I mentioned were on the board. This said there's an issue. Organized labor person mutia say year. Nyamia daruma yenina yenwuye. Those of us who served on that board are still alive. I didn't organize labor intimian fraying and can the present board no. Nanka yemma womo the genesis of the decision na ye take here. Than for them to come out and say organized labor was not even aware. Which makes it look like if say yeah na we're not thinking about the interests of the working people.
Exactly, that is the point I was coming to, because some more reps for organized labor and then more other unions in T and the now SNET board so now all this while no I mean organized labor at its national level no leadership no any much information about the decisions any the reason here. More arriving at said decisions, then it becomes quite problematic. But even in that effect, they are still telling you, say, one more person, I mean, sad decision, no ebeba. Was it the decision of the board? Say, Mobeton company, ne diama and crankra.
That was the decision. First, a strategic investor, ABR, one of these big hotels, Marriott, or Mabeshi, almost a better no what shares nibi. And I certain mechanism, no. But it's a process. Speakers always say a process. You have to go and get somebody who will be a transaction advisor. So at the time we were leaving, we have given the clear directions to management as to what to do so that we can say maybe hotel running, because speaker, it's giving us nothing. The history of hotels now. It gives it nothing in terms of dividend. She knew about all these years. So the question is that, are we going to sit down as workers to allow monies that could have been invested in other areas to be pumped into institutions and generative here? And this I was expecting say when this whole controversy started, organized labor knew it was said in the media said the process started in 2018. It's not can be expected say okay 2018 na kwesi we na e wo ho momi en from mumra yen friend new representatives na e wo no ni mi say almost say what informed that decision na yen ti mimra out here Mrs. since am kan asem no I have received several calls amafo mu nimi yen say na mo kotra ho na mo ya the phone say. Meanwhile, organized labor now also the reason why we took these decisions, which is in the interest of the working people, As to the processes, we gave them clear directive. Mumpe strategic investor. We didn't say Munkofa Kufi and Nakwisi. First, say outsider. Every on so and localize we are bad. That's a different matter altogether. But the point I am there. We were representing organized labor at the point where management was directed, say, per strategic investor. Now, you can't even call us for us to tell you why we made those decisions. Last meeting, Obi said you must need members now, organized labor members, not board don't know what did that when the decisions were being made. I mean, this is completely unacceptable. Now, Mama, the organized labor paying for no motive on
I see. Mr. Champo, quite interestingly, as at the time I'm going to take his side decision, as a board, now overvalue the shares as SNET in those hotels. I mean, na value in terms of monetary terms.
Oh, speaker, I know the just may call back to check on 18,000. But this was the majority.
Yes, I can hardly hear you. My name say what muted here.
yeah, me say those factual in our no. To say figures ne there, Mr. This is Mr. Echo coffee me library or coffee me files muna metime that details no. But the fact I want to establish is say they were paying SNIT nothing. No dividend was coming from them for the 4 years I sat on the board. Yeah, dividend. These hotels here I can once me. The best they could do was to break even. Break even no crap on with the support of SNIT. Me say omo de ye brain. Wo do unu bi a me na me bo chairman Dr. Dukofo. Wo pa mo friend mo izan. Omo di me de ye brain say mo musika nkoto electricity. Ah, na wo beti company na what's my company needs sika so nkoto electricity.
Kessben 92.9.
Very well. Mr. Champo, my young fancy, we'll get the right appropriate time. Now, I feel you invite you to the studio because organized labor no survey a lot of threat. They have said they want to meet with president. That 10 should not happen because they feel said there is a whole lot of conflict of interest issues. I mean, it ought not to happen. Say a minister, I mean, you be a beton Senate shares in those hotels now. It should not be a minister, and then in that effect, they are seeking audience with a president. After subsequent decisions will equally come.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I mean, whatever moves they want to make, what I want them to understand is at the time that we sat on the board, the circumstances and the situation with the hotels that SNIT was running made it so much impossible. Say no rational human being, SNIT could to hold a stake in those businesses. Bosumeswa. You see, Kemumo was about to have yeah, some for Kakrani Aqua Gino and Racomo say, Omufanto electricity, inventory security, and inventory income tax. I mean, the Uti company, if that is my concern. So, I'm president for any other thing that I don't, because process don't go through. No, there's a process that they must follow. But why you did say, free. I mean, maybe one sana or mobile out with their statement they came out.
Yes, but have you equally extended some level of communication to organized labor as former members of the board during what time and as our decisions in Efras here?
Well, I mean, I can say between me and I sought say Gayensia TUC4 on some of the issues. That was way back, Kransana. Sa MP no coffee case in the buy. Unfortunately, we didn't get the opportunity to meet. Well, Speaker on Krumhano, I think said we are sick. We are sick because board processes and continue so. And it's a now board be so. Now time no so now was everywhere. The new ones now one more ban. Organized labor. If we were a very serious organization now, there should have been an orientation for the new ones who were coming. So that the old ones could tell them, say, look, these are the major, you can't tell them everything, but these are the major decisions that we as reps representing organized labor took during our tenure. Until when these things come out now, we'll be available to assist you. Because then they say, any of the members now, so say, they have no knowledge of it.
Yes, but as board reps, doesn't the responsibility lie on you equally? Say Monso Mokwa, certain major decisions are board ebe take, at least mobile reported back to Bomada body, na womonso, I mean, in terms of records taken, womo much aware of their air cost and what the interest of womo members at large.
May say if we take organized labor and the leadership as such, now we share the other people. Funny. So Moka said they didn't know say by 2018 we had said your friend is saying SNIT must divest itself of some of the major companies or more shares because it was not helping. They were not paying anything to it and we were rather pushing money into that.
Very well. Mr. Champo, Mame Nawase, you better know wedding come because this issue keeps coming up, and then organized labor any a year Okujeto Ablakwa, I mean all of them raising substantial issues. In fact, the MP is threatening to go and organize a demonstration against this particular decision, and I hope say Drew Honoma would have that level of engagement. Now, so I'm grateful for your time, Anope.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. And the Honorable David Achampo, Ofori, a former board member, was Senate, Ada Meneno, Eddie and Kobon, bringing us to exactly 4 after 8. Kessben. Mame Emma Kwame Achi, na Memano Akwaba. Kwame Achi.
Mr. Speaker.
Na bomb to say.
Eradia dom me hoye na mosoe.
Eradia dom men so be hoye pa. Grace gift hoye.
Nyame adom. Na me ne Dr. Penny ene nam china.
Exactly.
Ma me nye introduction no ma chiefo.
Okay.
Yerika ma wa chiefo na refo nyina achi. In fact, all the issues we discussed very very relevant. Ni nyina aboa e mo ma ni mpuntu no ma ne dachi. Na Grace Gifts anopen kuma ye ba be di mene Dr. Penny ya boni di pa na manfo nim no.
Enim no yeah. On time.
Yes, unim no.
Oh yeah.
Na chief one nhye de nim no. Nansia na udi ne baby do ha doctor very nice man pa.
Very nice.
Grace Gifts ye ka won mo a eje adwuma isi ho a wo ka ho bi. Na won mo nso a share da gentity free mami Grace wonya ne baby ekono. Di nche ka se manfo nko so anyi mu a hotoso sanse adwuma ne nko baby ano.
Yeah.
Fapem na ye de aban Dr. Prince Orlando. Or ne ye baby di ko ne da ye nkran ye branch no on ye the senior doctor ho and a Dr. Penny or dan ho. And in no na be die nkomo ni nyina be wi ne so ne ye ba be kasa afa the risk factors make can say sunsanso boni a self medication.
Okay.
Se obi o ho a doctor en share dan prescribe a drug no na nso no what is be a drug we setipa ye nchi no ne ho drug no akoto say drug over the counter akoto ano ananse obi a wotie nkyire bi na wugina so de koto adru abra onkoma yen hwe se ade na eye na esi anasisi na doctor mfa pen ensi pa so kaze koto adru wi na beboa no ni susuye koto sa adru susu aso bone a ba woni padua no mu no ene ho nkomo ne ye ba be di Dr. Prince ene ye be di sa nkomo no na answer na me de number no tudwa na me de kira kwane so atudwa ebia na obi tika mu enche obesi Grace Gift bidro ho adwuma ne ye na ni ka se wono mo abaya so nyina no e de adanse mapa na afiri ho nipa dodo a afiri se start adwuma yi enya ayarehwe wo yensem wono mo enya bato wona so ama wan wari mu sese ni ji aba ne doso me kasa ba bi se how ne atiti bia nam se yare enko ade a now je bidru di nanim se bidru tumi se yare ne tu yare ase de a fori chire mo Grace Gift ne bitimi aboa wo de wo frɛ ne ni nkomo yare no de atie bia bitimi enya no poma sibre de a numbers no 0543 32 00 30 0543 32 00 30 afi 0246 518 003 0246 518 003 and abako so negu TV na 0244 126 123 0244 126 mestre se chiefon for wanson femi ene nkomo na ho behia obi pa e kira kwan kra wa chimota new petroleum ene family life international school di hwe ne mu kumase wo shim school junction nya ira kwan kra ofaka report jansikitia trotro meet obesi ho chi yenya so nchi Dr. Prince Orlando na ene nkyerechire no
da kumaje
on fan to dwama
je so me boss patcho that is
radio also ho ye ho ise ya chu
easy
Pamintio and of a day in
yo me da wase se wa mama akonya ndano pay na de dikan we beda twedampo nyankopo ase se wa ma sade fefe achi nyina ena enchia etoso mienu ekoma Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine mpenimfo nyina ense se omudwuma pa a omoye a omu edi promote bibedru a mo person mo take bibedru to the next level me can say no a federation a professor Ato Duncan and a Diano ena ye general secretary Okoji Abibidru na Nakojo Obri ye da omwase erade mo amon kwatenten na omuntimi nkrakra ye musa na de dikan no before say be start na discuss ya topic and ye de baye no me person me the way e be start answer ye free screening free screening no e start nde amene wo ka say na ye be wie free screening no the end of next month na free screening no ade a ye gina so na ya ye kese pa no yɛyɛ kidney function test, liver function test, and a lipid profile. And was a sign of when you so to me, yeah, but crowd won't me one year full blood count and count. And we here. And yeah, FBC now, a liver function test, kidney function test, and a lipid profile. Lipid profile no a cholesterol test. And who be here mo bia na and she say yeah. Yɛwɔ edimasa screening way and they say obi biara say been produce a wo ye your client a oba Grace Gift Herbal Clinic no oba sa test no ye ma wa ye njo hwe for free obi biara wa ba hoda wo card e wo Grace Gift Herbal Clinic a wo be ba say oba be ye sa screening way bi no e for free a untua capre and a new cameras nso a wo ba hoda a fe no mo ba no facility no e for 50% of bills na watua the akano enti no yes screening way akopim the end of next month na enhyehyɛ ya e was screening way echi ne say nipa on beba no dɔɔso pa enti yempese e be kwakoye say oh maba wosimi me screening ma be DQ went me anya ama me nde enti every nde ekono momfa no ma no na momfrɛ ofra obebo full name na watch the data pesa oba enti ebeye yes ebeye as in a form of say we book appointment ato ho no and to ba stories be any ho because every blessed day bia no there was a number of people ye betimi aye na ya close enti say wo frɛ na wo ka say frɛ masimasi me pese me ba date we na ehwe na say that date ni the number of people ye hia no aso a ye be you akọ the next day say be favor wa enti na dia wo ba stories be any ho enti no wadaroma numbers no and a good screen no as no now before say ya best start no ya catch a self medication and na me bra e kan ye do self medication ne ya obi a se bi preduasa ono adi ni pem akoto eduro ebra kra doctor ana say practitioner bia en share no say onkoye ya onkrofo bebre wo hosa o se okọ akosua menu ho okoye na onum painkiller bi menso like me here bi nti akosua menu kra na prescribe man so far as onye health worker no onye doctor no onye any practitioner bia no and also eka self medication no ho o betimi aka so say nyame na like me di me pem kotoye akosua menu na de maami so far as ono na de ma onko ade onye doctor de eka self medications no ho nti eya na enye abofunduro nko ase bi se bi preduasa abibido nso ka ho ye onkrofo bi wo ha se bi se bi preduasa say Grace Gift Herbal Clinic nya ba pa omunim say ye de nkyerɛkyerɛ na nti onkrofo bi wo mo aye omo doctors wo fie odi ne book asi ho the ade bi obeka bia no ono otutu ho at the end of the day no ono so be herbal doctor wo fie nti ni nyina no wodi akyire na okoye sandro ni bia ebetimi ahaw se bi preduasa enduro a obenom na eduro bi obenom agu hu no there are two things involved it's either say be sa wo yade ana say ebe ma o problem se bi preduasa no endua no kra ye die no ema ya ahoode no sa adua no kro na so no wan di ne kwan pa so wotimi nya yare afrim so what you say nti haban bia wo de be ka ho no also make sure say haban a me de ka me ho no from a practitioner ana say obi a onim de enadi ekami ana say dru amekwa akoto ni doctor na share me say me nkoto say dru asimesi na mennom but emfa ye pem enkoto edru ennom because when you start say oh yes anema na e likely say oyade na ewo wo ho no is either so be ma yare na yakese wo ho ana say obetimi ama ho wrong diagnosis ebia for example no utina ya we ya oti ya we ya no also eye malaria wakoto edru for malaria na wo no what if say edru na wo no na ankoye malaria na ya ade foforo a then na be ye wo secondly esanso timi ma wo boka ehun hia ena de tosonso no esanso timi kofa yare foforo a won expect ebeka oyare dada no ho ena de tosonso no ebia na wo condition dada bia doctor do atu eduro so nto wa wuti eduro we nka na wa akoto abeka ho no ebia eni say eduro kro no kra nyeden enhia nta at the end of the day no obetimi anya implications bebre nti abesre say omo a omuto nduro enonom ebrekra ye nhye omo no ombejai nti Grace Gift Herbal Clinic ya yiye hu asi ho say obi bia wa ye sa ne mani bia da no ya bie akonya na to ho say obeba ama ye duwa fa hwehwemu mu ya be ye o labs ya be ye o scans na ya hwe say nduro a wodi upem aye ni nyina no e di problem bi abrewa na ya check na say di problem bi brewa ya be ku problem no afu ha ma ho ato ya check nso na say nyame adom why you ndro no but in fact problem bi umbrella ye be mo put stop na am wo ndro e be clean so system ni nyina from A to Z no wakotoa ye wadwuma ye so enti no wada roma de toson so no ye wo general cleansing e de ma obi bia oba Grace Gift Herbal Clinic eno no etise car we use so se be preduasa o car o use for some number of months na wo hwe distance out de call ya on twen e ma engine no em brake ansa na o de akọ mechanic wa weti meka so car we de me de akọ long distance intino ma me nkotwa oil ma me nkọ yewe enti nipadua no so no saa na tie pepepe enti at the end of the day wo te ho na wo twen se yare beba ansa na watu ho na mo akọ hospital before so behunu no na aye too late enti no so ye be stress anka ni yie mu no every 2 to 3 months Grace Gift Herbal Clinic abie punu ato ho se obi bia opesa wo ba na obe check ho no nduane a wadie mframabone a wahumi agu mu ene ne marketing e course bia no ye be check ne ya hu se edin sensan so boni bi brewa na eno so e detoxification system and as a process wo ha ye yema obi biara oba ye do be fam na ye to ni nyina hu anamo amaw na ye be sere se Mr. Kwame Edi numbers no so ebesade atudwa na yatoaso
Mr. Speaker me the number dey betudwa wada ma hwade we mame ye mfa nto TV ne so wo hu oni akoro no nanim we ye self medication ye di hu nkomoyi
I see
obi a ohu ne se ni tipai no wonkoto adru no knowing say there is a chemical component in adru no okoje na the system no e allergic to it enwumere na wonom say adru na ahwe ne baby as will be a shed abono ne ade so ho ene ye ka se emfiri wo pemu enkoto dru sa eye screening ya Dr. Prince enso boss yi ya ade in fact ye free bibi intravenous blood draw ya ade enye screening ya bo won sa no yi moja da bi ye twi moja anka se free untrinum ni ahwehwem onema wo kan nyina there machines wo ho a ye de ba be sa ade ni nyina ama eye hematology analyzer ne chemistry ye no ene de ba be sa test la tinye busuan test bi a ye ko ba pata kwan ho ba bi aba be hwehwe moja da bi brana ye nyema nhwe ni pedua num enhwa ade a ekoso ni pedua ni empen ho asbire emfama but the number no e tudwa bi me ye sure say nchina no be si na ya sore so ye mere ni nchie numbers no eye 0543 32 00 30 0543 32 00 30 afi 0246 518 003 0246 518 003 Achimota New Petroleum yene Family Life International School edi hwe mo nyayira kwan La Pass Mile 7 Potamo bia obi hu ya so ye ho Kumase so Shrimp School Junction yeda na efepa usiwa obi abeche doctor de na do disem we twato betudwa na ya sorry so
na de twato
na pacho de etwato kra de se se bi enuane mo mba we ye ekoma mo oba bia se wo bebu ni nsa wie bia no ho ba hia so we do any better Grace Gift Herbal Clinic. There was special vaginal steaming at the ma oba bia obebu ni nsa awie because oba wo say obu nsa wie a likely so betimi anya infections e wo wasente akonya no abie ama mba say oba bia se obebu ni nsa awie bia no Grace Gift Herbal Clinic ye hwehwewo and obi bia nso a sebi opeso be screening no ye start na me ya do mo china enti we start na wa frɛ no man and then we book appointment ato ho se na be ya wo beduru a enkoye anansese bia enti yedamase bebre
very well Dr. Orlando menso be da say anopay Kwame yeah sinyami show why I wish you all the best. I was checking your time is 17 after 8. I Kessben 92.9. I mean, for us, that be St. Louisa local rice. Now, I don't pay one more Adaroba, Pacho, one more Abwaye ye, Papa, St. Louisa, sir. Ye knew any and Como, na Yankaka, ye won't say we a Ghana more, Pacho, open more, be more Pomodane, Papa, and more. A bit me Abwa ye, na Wapomodane, so SCP, Esita, Pacho, a St. Louisa local rice, and a Debiano. SSA woma wonsa ekenbi ebusua unya bia ebeboa uye pa Ghana mo eboa ema Ghana kuafo nso etime enya ebe enya eso emfaso dodo na wo modwuma wo mo yeso anopay shop bia bebo awram bia no mpacho St. Louisa rice no ebi ewo mo and wechi no se wotie me opese utu no dodo mu na wonso oton bi a anopay ubetumi ene St. Louisa edi ensa woso eno nti ubefre numbers no na anopay woni wo mo akasa opo mo kira kwan a bacho wo mo ewo enkran ha La Paz wo mo eben eye Ecobank no police container no enche ho ape na anopay woni wo mo eni enkomo numbers no ye 0546 242343 0546 242343 and after 0277 452742 0277 452742 na wone eye St. Louisa local rice for any enkomo anopay na womo ebeje so 22 bet for adaroma pacho eye betting platform na ene games ahodo a wo pese utwa wo bet e wo so ni nyina no ni nyina bi ewo eye 22 bet platform no eso mo amonije casino games no eho wa wo pese soccer pacho NBA dia wo pe bia a wo pese u place o bet no ewo so no obeko eye 22bet.com.gh 22bet.com.gh na afi watimi akwakotwa o bet no ewo so na wo mo make sure say on your first initial deposit no wo mo ma over 200 percentage point in terms of bonuses I bet me aboa ukọ eye 22 bet so there is nothing like makotwa bet na melusu misika nyina there be wo mo make point no say even when I will lose will bet I will try no kakra ebesanso ababe show bottom enunti anopay okwa na wa log on 22bet.com.gh na wetwa bet ni nyina no ewo so anopay womo adaroma womo nso aboa yeye papa ana yede machi dwumedie no ede ebro mamemfa aseda no bi emax eye Global Link Limited for na anopay ope adwumaye ko ba ko a ebeye wakwantuo ho nhyehyeye nyina no ede ama odea eye Emma's Global Link Limited for anadopay make am for ede ama uyo bi a uya disua ni mpacho unya ya obekọ abonane akoto awa disua so okoye masters asanso aba oh my god mu bacho schools no applications ni nyina no fadi nyina ehye eye Emma's Global Link Limited for ensa na womonye ni nyina no ebaw afi wo visa acquisition no processes no documentation bi asese wo mo ye edema bia no pacho wombe ni nyina no edi amaw na etimi aboa ma wonso wadi so ade huno no awie peye afi wo ye obi a wo ye adwumaye ni wo my Ghana bo pacho unya ya anka wo betu akwakotena oman foforo so na wo ne abusua no makobo mo nsesen ewo ho anopay Emma's Global Link Limited for say memo wa manie say sanhwehwe ni nyina no jai na fama wo mo o resident permit or work permit ai betimi aboa mo etimi anya adwuma ewo man a wo pese wo koso no aye no ni nyina no bacho wo mo beye e de amount pa afei uwia o flight ticket reservation a wo beye no bacho fa ni nyina no ehye eye Emma's Global Link for ensa na wo mo ni nyina ho dwuma emfa ba okokumase a wo mo ewo asafo labor wo mo ne senate office no di enhwani mu anafe enkran ha omo wo eye Weja Kaswa main road no eso White Cross Junction eho ana obehu eye Emma's Global Link Limited for na woni wo mo edi ensa wo so free numbers no anopay 0504 203401 0504 203401 and after 0535 502499 na woni Emma's Global Link Limited for ending combo anopay na womo ebejo so na afi etimi aboa wo pa 22 after 8 na there is a lot of public outcry about a year the economy and its related effect enya ewo niema hodo pina no eso de edikan endra yedi nkomo wa ha ye Federation of Traders ekasaye na womo nchiremu ni se exchange rate no eyade a eha womo adwen ye pa the teacher eba no edwadie ho nsem now the consequences no and say the average Ghanaian no ekodwom so okoto ade a wontimento esan se eniema ni nyina abo no emu apeja anope will do a market survey for you. Now, on major markets in our country, no, we get to understand some of the items and then the price increment are abaning in ano na yene wedi ho enkomo. Again, ya won krofo a wonim there when it comes to trade. One more free a year trade groups are holding in ano are joining here in the studio. Yene omo ebedi enkomo surely na afei the air cost no we really get to understand from the port of Ghana. ekwa kosi market edwom ho the titru aboso kan wo mo atonton spare parts any said the prices no esi airco ni nyina no we'll get to understand it surely na afi yetimi ehu bebia issues no every eba ankasa. We'll be getting onto the phone lines na yene your reporters across a major market in our country na yene wo mo edi nkomo surely. But before that mame emma babedwafo no ache na mema wo mo Akwaba Jacob Ajeman convener edema transport forum wano atenasi. He's as well a freight forwarder. Mame Emma Jacob Ache na memano Akwaba. Ajeba morning say
morning Radiadum me hoye na so e.
Radiadum benso me hoye pa. Okay, very well. But as I said, I don't pay what journey. Mame Emma Joe Fifi Yamwan so Ache. Fifi, good morning.
Good morning.
Mpomboko there. Ono executive secretary at the Pharmaceutical Importers Association no join here in the studio. Techi Ado Federation of Traders Womokasama for Director of Communication. Techi, good morning.
Morning.
Mpomboko there.
Adam Niafi.
Very well. I don't pay me that to say what journey. But hold on for me. Na me call Ahomane so Emra na me name reporter Odikai in the Enkomo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How do you know?
Na as say.
How do you know? Go find out ma. Aja me ho di touch konkro.
Very well. Na I don't pay for the original.
How do you know? I pay the mid manage to PZ. I go back program track share be PZ dia send you no. When our PB to say mo any anwa any two tomatoes any million ni ma hodwa hapa na kumasia ya twane pa e wa sentia na pe wanaja dibani cheko fe nema ekoso.
Very well. Boy enkomo ma yentiase enema ne bo no san na esifatie.
You awodi na medase send you say dollar Ghana say BBA to be an yako amanone yakofa edibanti dollar epejaye no nam so na pe so ko abonten ko fe say nyambia $100 na epejaye no afete enema hodo a yetono eye oman Ghana mu ana titiriu ohwe Ghana ha say pa de megidi say dwumadie bie no wa ebedi wa bra yenhia emo ewase say ye wedding say ye yio say engagement o say impo obi na di dwumadie bia Ghana ha de behia emo ewase ntia pe ye kokohwe emo any anwa ebo ewukumase se na odo wabde kodu ye na je say stores ni o ma bie na amanfo so eba beto ade na mo beto ne de dodo na entumi anto obisa na okọ if you say isika of fire or the buyer se ko de beto emu na onim dada no ene wantumi anto na okọ ni nyina ne say ene mabo atumi akosropa na odo na mame mo emu ba ko mienu mi se bi so na minya enkae ne fama de omo amene no mo interview no moto no omangasa so keka ebo ni bi e de kire na yefa eno mfanto the ordinary mu bi te say magic rice na old price no na yeton 620 magic price no na 620 old price no wa na dollar no
620 cedis
na dollar no enyam pidae no na ebo a yeton no but ene na pay me no ka say yeko edwaso no na do 730 na je say okay
no 25 kg no ho
25 kg no kesi no
the shemu 5 no
the shemu 5 no sa pepe na old price near 620 but ene na pay ya ko dwaso a ye ne kubisa price no na 730 Ghana cedis 730 Ghana cedis na je say mo no ekosro pa ena emu bi say Cindy rice na eno so the shemu 5 no nanga no so ye tono 350 but any ameno ka say so ye 420 Ghana cedis 420 Ghana cedis na awodina yen hwe bi say eye abran so ye mo a Ghana for ye dipa eno so na ye 350 but any ameno ka say eno so ye 420 na je say abran no go for price no so ba ko na hwe bi say royal aroma na eno so ye 350 but any ameno ka say eno so eno edu 440 Ghana cedis ena mo bit say supreme na eno so ye 400 Ghana cedis but bra be no ka say edu 600 Ghana cedis na chete ono check ya 200 Ghana cedis ena abeto so ena mo bit say odo rice na eno so ye 400 ena me no ka say so no eno do 600 Ghana cedis ena ohwe mo ahodo bit say esi a me no kase no emono de bono no akoslo ankasa kasa me no kase me do be kuma se dia omo a efri chini benche ba so beto mo no awoduna ya de omotumi to mo no ifi se omo sika no omba no emono bono atumi akoslo a enye asem koto akora wa ha se nti awoduna obisa me a anapai apoba kan bono kuma se no emono bono atumi akoslo pa na nhwe bit se fighter eso ebo obam no kase fighter ne oton 450 Ghana cedis but anapia me no kase to fighter ti se sitting Ghana cedis and san watumi out of fighter ewo abonten na enkoto na ne
tono box na
enye box no kase gallon kase no gallon kase no eno ne bo no na 450 but anapia me no kase no adu 600 Ghana cedis na yewo 4.5 kg no na eno so ba ope kotoa no ope ba akosi a na ye 105 ba no ba me kasa na pe edu 100 and edu 120 eke to no ska be kan 15 Ghana cedis na no abeka ho enti awoduna ade ba ko ye kwa abonten na ye no mudi nkomo a na ne bo fom tomatoes ebo na omo chese ne bo fom fi se ye nyina ye produce nyina o Ghana say enti the box no dia abeka ya 55 cd and 10 cd and bonus shedai empejasa enti so far the awoduna me do ba aya sentimentem ya emu Ghana ha ye titru pa no ne bo atumi apeja ne nyina ne say dollar a o me de kofa emu ne free amano ne de ba no dollar ne bo no epeja no aka ready for amo so ekofa emu no e de ba Ghana mo no.
Very well. And no justification no any bo na ye hu say no.
Sa I no o de me ni omo moto na bi kura so e interview man kata to mbo ase a church mo na because mo no edoso mo different and some no how they all interview na kra bi a most of so bi na so mo so church e bo no pa but e bo no de me kan de ye ni se Ghana ha ye di pa na the fire ne kan se ne be a obi efu appointing so oba no be to bi de kofia also be hu boa ene epeja kosro no.
Okay. Ato me da say my yentie interviews no kakra na yentie adwadifo na nkasa.
Kessben 92.9. This is a cheaper one na na rely on. You hope say dollar na affect adwuma no say egu no. You see Robert no mo nto hwe. It seems say baye ne body na this amount for say akofie nkokodi. Na me kware da na say gari so nkosro. Ezo hia emu we say Kessben soto. Na ne bo afupa be 450. You say emu we say na 560. Ezo hia mo pan nyina na de free tire nyina no. Be 100 cedis na ba be kan. Sa so ne yekọ ha. Emu akese nyina 100 cedis na ba be kan. Akese bi to say magic, delicious, viva, pretty lady. We nyina ya mo kama yedi ofie. We nyina school for mo. School for mo nyina akwa 50 cedis aba be kan. Magic na first is 620. They say 730.
Okay.
And
those are some of the
explanations.
Ma yemra enkrai ha na yenko eye Malamata market Malata na many Grace Baba sa mendi enkomo. Baba, good morning. And to saying,
Mr. Speaker, good morning. Major Sofa.
Okay. Mami ntie wa no pay en free Malata.
Okay, so and then I pay medimeni achemo ewo Malata market. Na so obi be say Malata market ewo henfa. From Circle no car obefa a new town. Now you get to Malata before you even get to new town itself, Big Fun and the rest. Now maybe pay more ewo market hate and I made mini share one more ton and we ewo krom se bi ni se entoso emo angwa jeni na spaghetti ni aka na me de meni tre wo moton emo kane na me koye no ma me no e ma me ti ase se na kane no anka emo a ye wo no 50 kilo ta 50 kg na 25 kg ne sisi ano wo mo nye mo ne sa biom omo atiti ni nyina so kane na nke ye 50 kg ne sisi ano o ma ye ne 45 kg that kakane so na ye was 25 kg. Sisi anoma ye 22.5 kg. Inti ama price no so ehiti ye pa. Na omameti asese nanka kane mu 45 kg and 50 kg nanka wo munya nebo no around 550 cedis no. Sisi ano ebo no eda 700 cedis. Ena no krampo no it may shoot echo up because dollar no enam soro. Inti anytime we omo be kona dollar ne be shoot na TNT so no they consider all that. Omo di ni nyina aka ho na chese price ne bi aba be ka ho. Na oma meti asese nia enko soro pa ewo krom eye tin tomatoes like in toast honiama. Oma meti asese se open tomatoes ne kase pa na kakraka pa na kaneno nanka eye 270 cedis. Na sisiano enam 288 cedis. I'll check the difference now. What's the difference no? And shada and sukra. It's just some short. Let's say 18 cedis to be ena ababe kaho. Na oka say sachet tin tomatoes. Nso what sachet timonso no. And also my message say and also price no and cost 3 years. Almost fan in boxes. Na kaneno nanka womo fano 87 Ghana cedis. Nancy Siciano and 94 Ghana cedis. Now enokra it depends on the brand that you want. Now for some time now, no me say womo ye maintaining the same column of 87 Ghana cedis. Sarah also and a midi mini chair womo motor angwa gallons. No womo mame say angwa gallon no kaneno nanka eye 450 cedis. Nancy Siciano a buono enam 570 Ghana cedis to 600 cedis. Sa eno mame here inti pricing is so dear. It vary because looking at the way dollar ni shoot uni amudin komo say dollar ni shoot and at TNT so e was so. Saran so ena maybe star spaghetti a ye nyina ye dia to de dia obi wo asia no kwa say be spaghetti indomie na ye de macaroni nyina afrafra e de ama no wom se kane no nanka wom tono 120 Ghana cedis nancy sia na ye de box no e ma wom 130 Ghana cedis
Nketwa no right
nketwa antian the box no box ni nyina kanene ye de ni nyina mo 120 cedis sia na ye de mo 130 cedis. As I said, the vast difference is just 10 cedis. Wait, and I made a mini tray. Jenny, now Jenny, no, my meti as I say, it has its seasons. In Kenya, say they are the whole year from January to December. Not to say Jenny ebu kum. Emma, my meti as I say, February, March, and a year. Jenny no etai ebu pa. Nanka kaneno, jam bag. Into the video ni ya jam bag no mama meti as said the jam bag no the red no kotokona e ho aye kokoko no e na ye jam bag na bottle no wo muto omo wo mu mienu ba ku bi so I say the ye omo di ebrogu mu no nti no ye mienu two different sacks omo to na jam bag no o mama meti as say eno no sisi ano ye de gi omo 450 cedis. Nanka kaneno wamotono 230 cedis. To check the difference now. Ebe around 100 plus and ababe kahu. Na osi issue 2 from 230 to 330 and asisiano edu 450. Na ada kotoko na I said the brown no brown one no o mameti as say no sisiano ya di jomo 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Very well.
Yes, in Siciliano, it's not the time say Jenny Abakrum star into say Abia koto Jenny Ewokrum na bono akosro. Nye say bi omo no mobu omo nigo eguso say one person mo sisi Ghana for because sometimes person mo dig Jenny kra na jen kotoku kwanye also mo kwadem bra no so no e kwan ewo mu yi pa.
Very well.
Na omameti say garlic so wamogen omoton ewo adake mu. Na kane no nanka ye de jo 300 cedis. Sisiano enam 370 Ghana cedis. Ena ginger so no ye de mom ewo box musa omameti say kane no nanka ye de jo 450 Ghana cedis. Na sisiano enam 850 cedis.
Which is a box of ginger.
Yes, a box of ginger. And 850 cedis.
Very well. Baba,
wait, and I made a mini tray. The Queen Mother, a bano and namu, tunamu, and I make no, your friend, mammy, auntie Aquile or doll. Now, or the two many will say, Tanya Stebio, Ghana for no, in me movie, no, yet the 2 years, they must say. One more and they almost share that the prices maybe a count. And sister, now says, Tiano Crampono, tuna, single tuna, barco pet. I am a kakra capa woman, barco, 120 cedis. And the Tuan is no 60 cedis. And one more than a year, yen charging is said, I didn't a book box more at the amount by a charge woman per one. Ntenu eno mo calculate ni nyina na ye dia momo ansa no mo timi dia backroom aba beton enti the claimer bia yenga na foni bi ye dia si etimu say market food si yen entesa.
Very well. Baba, mame enna wase na yemfensi na ni nyina no is as a result of dollar honsensem ya ana di ni nyina ba. Beda say I don't pay. I'm grateful. Why? Very well. And to Grace Baba Sam and menene din come from a year Malamata market. Mame brought back to the studio. We'll still be speaking to a year some of a year reporters, you know, then we get to understand baby a near mane bono aba bedroom. Mame Emra na menshasi ewo Fifi. So Fifi, morning once again.
Good morning.
Yes, and Pomo to say na association and so on to say.
Nyamiadum
I'm grateful say I don't play what to me I join here now. My industry no very very essential because in Rahodo a year credible or my gun and money no monso mudimu akotini ye pa. Just give us an overview. Mujume dia mudi no saying and the city so far.
Thank you. Meda with you for so I say. So ye jume dia ne dia senior yedini kra kono pharmaceutical importers and wholesalers. So when we import and then we wholesale. And so any slight change in the forex rates, no, it affects us immensely.
Okay.
And what happens is that once it is affected, it affects the price downwards as well.
I know I'm a tree number.
I hate it.
Okay. But companies say no, you will be Ghana, right?
Sure.
I didn't tell me be Ghana.
So for a typical farmer businessman, you cannot always import all that you sell
from outside.
From outside.
Okay.
So most of my members stock local drugs as well. Depending on the lines you decide to trade in, be on the line, be antibiotics, be a wide. So look
range
at
of products,
the Tobinkos and Co. They have a very wide range of products. So some stock local brands, but the truth is that whether you stock local drugs or you import, whenever there is an increase or there's the dollar CD rate is affected, it affects your operations because whatever is produced here, over 60% of their inputs are imported.
Okay.
So
even with the local companies.
Even with the local manufacturers, and so they also need forex or the dollar and the euro and co to also import. So it's a chain. So once the exchange rate is hit, it affects everything. It's a chain. It affects the manufacturer, affects the importer, affects the wholesaler, affects the pharmacy, where the end consumer will go and buy. It affects the hospitals. Everyone is affected.
But comparatively, as much as exchange rate fluctuations ebenya impact on all the value chain, no? The question is that comparatively, say more importing no edeba Ghana, and they say maton no bebrina no every Ghana. I mean, price differentials, no saying.
So, of course, some of the local brands are a bit cheaper as compared to what we import.
Okay.
But on say a draw, it's a combination of substances. And obia niya a geno. So, for example, I may be stocking. Let me use Mujedro.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a ton Mujedro.
And a malaria draw, which is
malaria draw, yes, which is very common. Say malaria draw no. Maybe I will be funny. Yeah, no me a jail, but will be far engine. Because historically the person has been taking a foreign brand and the system is used to. So me I'm a businessman. I would need to have both on my shelves.
So in
that
stock.
Yes, in stock. Yes, into bar. Nia open na matwa because who nim nia ofa e jobi oba sometimes kokra na bia imported brand na open no e bi ni ho. Some even suggest I can give you like there be we me far enjimi. So you cannot force. So drugs are very critical. So you cannot force a particular brand on someone. That is why we will need to marry the two. And see, price difference, it depends on the brand.
And see, the exchange rate, fluctuations are one component. Now, let's look at the component of the importation. Some more crown rona, more as single individuals, more business, and now more as groups, associations. Obi will help us often say container no namunyina mwashipe na modiaba na obi anya ne de afiri. In that sense, my mentias here modus operandi na afi yenhwe ekwanya the harbor any charges wo ho no ne ade no so affecting that component.
Enti so we create the business they are single entities.
Okay.
Obi ade no. So we don't do pool purchase. Yam combine and turn and to be a turn there.
Okay.
And so if you want me to, so should I go into the
yes,
port?
Yes, exactly.
And see, I was amazed and surprised. Someone shared the duties of trade roba Uchia at the port. I'm bringing this in because it's not only just about the import. What do you call it? The cost of importing the medicine.
Okay.
Import duties no so account. Now you'll be amazed, which I may share with you later. The person pays, or a typical farmer importer pays no less than 20 different taxes on a consignment.
But taxes no.
So tax bit is import duty.
Okay.
Import VAT, processing fee, ECOWAS levy. Network charge. Now the amazing thing is there is network charge VAT.
Network charge VAT. And there is network charge VAT.
So they charge a VAT on the network charge.
No, the difference is near saying.
Depending on the cost of your they use percentage. They use percentage. Network charge COVID-19 health. Okay. There is Ghana Shippers Authority fee. Import NHIL. Network charge NHIL, 1% withholding tax on imports, disinfection fee, MOTI IDF fee, special import levy, and you're 2%. Ghana Export Exim Bank levy, Ghana Education Trust Get Fund import levy, network charge Get Fund levy, inspection fee, African Union import levy, COVID-19 health recovery levy, and or screenshots here, so I didn't even get all. So when you combine a minimum of 20 levies that you are paying
on one consignment.
Okay. And so consignment are not just a year about a year and a half going. Maybe a year. Be 130,000 cedis. Now the person is paying close to 400,000
Ghana cedis.
was 400,000 cities.
And you see, the difference is now about the counter increment about on all this.
Yes, the difference one is on the changes on these taxes because a percentage.
Okay.
A percentage, and also maybe our clearing agent will help us. But when you go to the port, even the rates are pegged to the dollar. I may be wrong.
Yes, so at the port, you know, you charges, you know, in Ghana cedis, and you in US dollars. So
you pay in cedis, but it is
pegged at the US dollars, and you bet the equivalent rate of the US dollar.
That's what you do.
I see.
That's what you do.
Ajiman, good morning. That's saying.
Good morning.
Maybe I fine.
I read in a war for. You're
ready to our boy now.
Mr. Speaker.
So far, Jiman.
The other two was what they were so for the Kumasi room. So far, Jiman, no, yes, of my pa. Only the metal.
Let me be a fine.
Yamiadum.
Fort Wire Boko.
And your boko. And your boko because Osha is some pharmaceutical papa.
Yeah.
Nina no crack. And Sabi, Omajuma Unkuya. Me majuma unkuyi and war.
My in plain language terms. Clearing agent, right?
Yes.
Freight forwarder.
Freight forwarder.
More person more profilizing was a freight
Oh,
forwarder.
Maminchu Mukakra. Mr. Point of correction.
Okay.
Clearing agency, or clearing agent, just an aspect of freight forwarding.
Okay.
And the freight forwarding, no, a very broad. You know different, but clearing agency, no, a one aspect which in Ghana, and then popular. In Tina,
I don't know. Said the name man be drew port or
sanity.
Okay,
sanity. And uti doke kan ninna no kre. And your taxes are utiano. There was a study done by the Shippers Authority that tells us a name ba Ghana hano. Emu dodo na ano a car was no government taxes one. Then shipping line charges. And to me say obusa me say a DNT na my name abo kosra. I will not really focus on just the exchange rate because exchange rate in India a major factor.
Okay.
But aside that, you know, taxes be a 2 years say you move if really say and who say o say free so. Say yes and then my answer. That is one major thing we need to know because you go to your baby say ECOWAS levy. To me, a soon info. The reason is you're after African Free Continental Trade Agreement, where you see who Africa has one market.
Exactly.
And the other thing near my free North Africa, about West Africa, between a tour, also. ECOWAS living, you know, that is the meaning. Let's say a near a free outside ECOWAS biano, utua a tour 0.5% of the FOB. And ye Felice or see ye sadly ECOWAS live or see free ho. COVID-19 levy tax, it must go. Special import levy. I remember 2015, 2016, it was a major campaign promised by the current government. Say omba special import levy free ho. There were two types. Now 1% and 2%. The 1% special import levy covered raw materials.
Okay.
Into omoba and omu yenu free ho. And Enono didn't cover a lot of commodities. There were a lot of impact on the trader, on the Makwala woman, on the Kaneshi woman, on the Bosokan dealer, on the Swami magazine dealer, no, which is a 2%. And also na ewosro, and also na cover a lot of people. As we speak now, yes, as we speak now, it is still there.
Okay.
Ade ne gusu honum, or see yi sad ni free honum. You will say interest charge.
Interest charge on what?
That's a good question. Because that idea behind interest charge, you know, it was brought about several years ago because of port congestion.
Okay.
Into in the name bar a chow port. Into a who said the more I channel one a port in efficient, a port in effective.
Okay.
And abansu sika ninsan ken sikan tem e ma ne nyena dwumo so woye enti hu say ne odi nema ba in order to push you so be you nema ntem no ba me fa bibi e fa ne interest and to duty na wutua no so tienie
yes me too
enti sabi interest the senka bitua obosia ho ana meboa bosia be na aban abomi I no nti or give me interest. But for the purpose of easing the port from congestion or the interest charge, but it's all the name about.
And no was different from demurrage issues.
Demurrage require the shipping alliance. Where many a buyer sem na year government taxes.
Okay.
And the interest charge, you know, so the name about 4 working days. That's a wunyi near mana.
Clear.
You can't VAT, you know. Na ye the duty na beka ho. O ka say the money boom. It ever say be a VAT 20,000 Ghana cedis. Duty 25,000 Ghana cedis. O kan ime nu bom and we divided by 48. Sika obenya no eno ye interest charge we tuya ma ban. Today the port developing so well say why crop no person near ma at that port eche. Congestion men the port. Bosian ban and buy the abo importers. A oguso gi interest charge. It's a legitimate question I'm asking. You say free ho. Another thing we need to look at it be a friend vehicle examination.
Okay.
So vehicle examination, so several years ago, so you car. Adwuma na custom say and say omo no ba kohwe car no. Na wa trek car ni details so be bia the amount.
Okay.
Asana wa kutua with duty. Enti sa examination no mo ye ansana wa dimia you car no. Ana mo ju 1% of the CIF. And yet we say adwuma no custom say nye bio. But it's still there 1% of the CIF, you charge it as vehicle examination. It must be scrapped. And these are things Parliament must look at. Say, easy stress on our business people. These are things we must look at. Because the same vehicle examination, so we import a brand new car, almost for no processing fee.
Okay.
So we import general goods, if any processing fee. Now I want to ask this question.
The same examination levy, no?
Say a used car is said, you know.
A one levy, but a different product near
said, you know.
But the purpose no a
good,
one. Okay.
Good. And so processing fee and a vehicle examination. I want to ask this question. What is the use of the inspection fee they charge?
And there's also another inspection fee.
Oh, inspection fee, you know. They're not homogeneous. Those is near work companies or custom valuation.
Okay.
The Ghana Link, the GSL, the ICS, the BVAC, and then there's one more Mirifi. Woman no more year inspection ma aban.
Okay.
You don't much charge the fair inspection fee and no money who be a customs they say you money direct. Okay. And it's a customs they say you man also would add say processing fee and a vehicle examination. I didn't know charge 1%
for inspection
fee. That is
as our inspection fee, no, as we speak, are not paying.
The companies they are not there.
The companies are not there, but I mean payment.
It goes on every custom entry also.
Okay,
you understand? And the same inspection fee, you know, a Jumana who provided the IT platform. In this case, ICOMS.
Yeah.
ICOMS, it will fee or more charge. And a network charge.
Okay.
It is our network charge, you know. ICOMS, you know. I didn't think that Sikano or Mujis a special fee.
Because almost software. Okay.
And these are here say ya shana ya mra ni ya nyisa taxes we and free honoma the be be point here. Wait, just some few areas I want to hit.
Okay.
Now let's look at BB a friend of tax base. Semakofa mobile phone yaba. Yesi metua due to mobile phone we so.
Okay.
Enyina so ben ana aban de edge duty no. One major problem we have in our country that we must look at.
Okay.
Ghana, we look at your tax base, you know, CIF. The cost of the item, the insurance of the item, and the freight of the item. Cost to near send auto at the manakasa. Insurance in here. Odin Oshipun Yaman. So one year insurance grandpa you will quite fast to calculate insurance the amount. And afraid sikana utu ase ode saade we free the kasa na ma me nsani bom na ho na exchange rate ni ba mu ye kasa me nsani bom I find say item na me ton $4,000.
Okay.
Insurance $500 so kabo my $4,500. Shipping free $1,500 would become about $6,000.
Okay.
Now fi what convert it to your current exchange rate with the current exchange rate. It is exchange rate, you know, you have to be 14 cedis $6,000 times 14. The obenya o cedis muno. And no one ever share be to a tax, whether it is 5% import duty, 10%, 20%, 35%, or any other tax rate. My main education kakra. Say kasa ade bi duty free or Ghana hanoma. You with different taxes. A debate member say import duty depend about the acho. But we to have VAT. We to get fund. We to have insurance. All those taxes we to and then one major thing I'll say your tears, yes, sir.
I see.
So your tax base as a country, we need to look at it. Other countries look at only this FOB. That is at the end of pay on freight income.
The cost of the item.
Yes, on insurance income. You understand? Sunday we become one.
But my rationale no, they say, why would you charge me, a tax component based on insurance? Me person me buy the no buy. Na the ne ba be do pot of its destination. And the insurance na me no. On the sea, piracy wo ho bebre. What you say? Sa ne money na beti me asisi. And no insurance na metua no. Why should it be part of the tax component, a duty component of the item?
A very legitimate question. I believe the tax experts at customs must answer this question.
I see.
Because me mabusa sa question. I didn't also won't charge me duty based on a money board.
Yes.
Sabi me so. That's why I'm raising these issues.
Okay.
Now we need to look at one thing. So apart from duty, your VAT. And VAT, I personally believe, say, VAT, the tax base, a quite fast to your VAT, a tax on tax. That is, you get a tour, which is wrong. You see, VAT, the tax base, a CIF. That is,
the cost insurance and the freight. Yeah.
Now, the duty, never say be a 10% of, let's say, 60,000 Ghana cedis. That is 6,000 cedis. Sa 6,000 cedis no the ba be 60,000 na be 66,000 na ya calculate 2.5% get fund levy on the 60,000 na ya calculate 2.5% health insurance levy on the 60,000 na ya calculate 1% import excise on the 60,000 and you can name about 5 boom and san we be calculate 15% of VAT. Asema me can clarity the with me be asema boy they can call in. Most often say import duty enye 20% and above. There be an VAT utua no e do so say import duty utua. Because import duty rate e be at 10% or 5. The tax base only the CIF. Now VAT the tax base nearma enum
ayakabo.
The rate this is 15%. And obviously
on
the
that
base
total cost.
Good. And you won't say it will shoot the price. And these are things we need to sit down. Parliament must sometimes sabi manu de sumna so. Omo passe mra we mu ebia na omo nimdie bi. Enti ebia abawie no be the implication. I think they should revisit some of these things. Sanya sani di agro dia adabraka agro ni edi.
Interesting. I'm quite surprised. One after another. This is Kessben. But we're talking about business, and the cost of doing business begins with the importation, and then at the port, nearby a cost so ewo. Ajiman, me who say we less bio. Fifi my about 20 of a year duties and our levies are omutia on pharmaceutical products. The one listen now 1 year dear
similar item, but me dear no.
Okay.
But we say interest charge. Although kind of about 20. Interest charge be can 21. State warehouse rent. State warehouse rent. And we say me
state warehouse rent.
Yes, me lawyer papa no be boa me da ba be court
state warehouse rent.
Yes.
And only a levy. You tua or port.
What the near my bar.
Yes.
Edi first no na 21 days. But you see emranema customs so kind ema commissioner timisesano into almost about 7 days and there's almost called 14 days. And it's all the number say the 14 days and a days in the group on a nominal days it should be working days. But sometimes a no crop issue into 14 days after that a banji be a fairly state warehouse rent because it is assumed say after that a nemana buy a bind ya.
Okay.
It a buy say free terminal na nema ni guno.
No the core warehouse.
No the core warehouse ya bind ya. Sa warehouse no it is supposed to keep uncleared goods, unclaimed goods, smuggled goods, concealed goods. Like that is where we keep those warehouse. We keep those items in that warehouse. ekodi ho no ma na chese nka ba bia nema ni gu dada yemfa se be golden jubilee egu MPS egu main port renta utua masa terminals no etutwa ndi kwa so utua bio
okay
timie pa
me too
but you see ya me no ka say aban ni facilities nafa or sisa sa nema ni nadi ko good those warehouse and a lot of times nema no the same terminal MPS golden jubilee main port hwanegu
by the name of aban
in the name of aban
okay
it is a ukuyi nema after 14 days na aban beje wo ni state warehouse rented ewo entry no so obeje ansa na terminal na nema no so gu no omonso be because on nema no gu no ho it must busa ne say
but say nema no gu ho in the name of government right
yes
and the whole assumption is that as a set terminal no any government and the data
that is why it didn't me nya lawyer
it is ikano say wo mumienu ne be che ana say aban be ka say terminal ne mfa ana terminal ne so be ka say aban mfa
good
simple as that but why will government charge and then terminal ne so be san charge
this is what is happening now and ekoso Mami can be about vehicle examination, a vehicle valuation. Say the value used cars. Say the value used cars.
Yes.
Used cars, you know. Maybe a trim. Na ye pese ye pekwa bi so ye betimi value na be ye fair. Enti na aban shede nya the source of getting the original price. Enti bia Mr. Speaker what our car with US $2,000. Over by the beka to say car ni $2,000 nemum ye be $15,000. We're dealing with what you call the HDV, home delivery value of the car.
Okay.
That is the price of the vehicle at the time of manufacture by the manufacturer. Enti bia wo ye car ni 2020 or say me ton car no $20,000. That is what you call the HDV. In the first figure that manufacturer no editor so no. Now you depreciate based on the years you use car no. Those days it was understandable because now you a fair means to determine say car no you ton ni say. And now me no ka say. Say auto car ask any car dealer. Unya bo car ne chassis number na. Baby you ton car no. Be beer by the vehicle will pop up. Nebo the state of the car, send whether car no, say na accident, any moon up him, a chain up him, be beer car nebo send or torn on a honum. Now, customs have a database. What they use, what they call their transactional database, or more database of all commodities in the world, or most commodities. Let me put it this way. If you want to be fair, because Papa that's what Koka said in the name of $100,000.
Or beyond the declaration.
Customs did me catch and said there be pay our database, it is not like
and
that.
The man boy say.
I didn't see the name free India bano shipping bill that so a bar mujitum. Se mo pese mu the original price of the car, say the manufacturer ne tow a bona a car na. Mo much access number no in the site or tow car no be bia beba. So that you don't use the original price of the manufacturer because the original price they be also
yeah.
You understand?
A new suda.
Good. As a more depreciate, so let's scrap that depreciation system and then deal with the original price because the moment I watch charges number Copat wherever car site or talk car ni biano or $1,000 a beba. But some are making they may not do it because a better or more taxes so. But the maximum for no harm. We got to look at them.
May I say 7 after 9. Quite an interesting one. Remember African politics, but remember a year. Many as I was so kind for so. Deji, and a Federation of Traders. So I was so kind to say Deji.
Boko.
I was so kind of Boko. Spare person what it is so. What it is so I won't kind of mean professionals living.
Ubahana be home. And that trotro for trotro. I'm can't see trotro. No sprinter bus. It be 50,000, 48,000. Obeto sign you up with trotro. No, I 5 cities. That one I better car. And I first need to understand. Sign engine 4-cylinder, 5-cylinder. Net on and yet 3,000.
I did AC.
What see? Me there, now they be my friend, the Minister for Aviation. Are you
Minister for Port?
You see, Ajimai.
Yeah.
Me who the reason why I would say Ajimamu type say no. Yet I bind me from no from my dream. because what in Jamaica ye adwuma no omo yema yo hwe ni Jamaica nyina onna e cause sa problem we
e ba ne ma ne boy
oh yes and cause sa problem we na eya da bia na meka mo edwadifo mpanifo ni bi omo ye the cause of our problem oh memha
trade unions ne leaders ne bi
ebinum adene on ka da baka ne bi o ka no afro mo so omuja no mu ade sa document da numi federation Ghana Federation of Traders
yeah
and ramanda issues bebre and say me this statement ba bontin na me be ka exchange rate na sem say me ye quiet you get the phone penny for see o man the country is gone enye mo pa ka me ma because e bufu shimi mu no say different platform that me course wa can make cancel but you respect am the man muti ade na gwedi fom penny for mutimi e trans na mu sell man no amanyofo ne sell man na mo so mo support mo sell man no dollar you be akwakodu 2016 4th May dollar na say na 3 cedis 72 pesos na another 30 year on me force meet me send o ne tweet 2016 na 372 pesos ye to abani we no call 3 cedis 97 pesos 2017 ye Hanover we no na ko hit ye force 20 pesos any ababedu say no 2015 you could have from here to stores mu ajima na why also can levies me no bi 1% and 2% bi and say at that time no ora mahama dollar no e ko 3 cedis ye to stores mu this current administration we ebe share yechi so mbom ye free ho mbom yi 1% dey free ho isa say ohormo dey isa say raw materials no ho dey fa so bi anyu so mo munti no omu yi free ne ebe boa ye nyina no odo so fa ne sanka is still there dollar equal 16 cedis ne equal 3 cedis no ye me to stores o kan no mbu afu no mo fa ne e trade do atam bibia bedunye e gwedifo no empedifo no mu binom maybe abedunie mokota minister no last week so be hu a offer heads on be contractor ho I say the reason why see they depreciating now because of say there's excess of liquidity in the system now how can you say that now contractors no sika how can you say that there is no solution anywhere you see I dream maybe a bobosia Ghana you see a bank of Ghana only sika dey abeto no 658.3 billion ye kaide public debt. You see, a trace from IMF, I have a good system. Only a short term. That means, you know.
Some ministers this year, at the end of catch up because many say when your opportunity, I could call such meetings in the brain. I have assurances near day.
Oh, you better do Juma. Munya botremaye. Saro moka. You better do Juma. Munya botremaye.
And in momo interest, you know, munya ya, and can levies ya fifi any ajiman. Abu Bosono, a being free portal, right? Na emma charges no emra form. Eba forma, and no be my cost of clearing the goods, no, a little bit cheaper. Na monso mo tonwa, motimia with the reasonable price I'm on the veggie.
Say no. Perfect. But yenyi trade aspect in from current situation, no, in consumers.
Yeah.
Near cosono. Many of you say, we don't need to do Kawasimo, who bear your consumer. You see, I affect you beer. Share reporters on share rice, you be able to do. Covenant head or
COVID-19 level.
Head or after issue. After issue, no. The whole Ghana.
Any ECOWAS levies.
The whole Ghana, nipa bakope, no crab batteries, free Kenya. Ebeduye no say after almost batteries enye liberalize into omuti me den pass through ebeduye na do to near 275,000
wakra batteries car batteries
every Kenya
e dey free Kenya na and kese say after no it me absorb certain things
almost enye liberalize omuti me na enye qualified nso ko really after na kenofrata the budget 2023 no batteries wom ceramic tiles wom ni nyina wom ade chie no okwa after up and as 2 days time na dollar no e cost ro kakra na due to ni shoot ye e could do 300,000 solid wait me you go so na call the mortgage every day be she's paying $100 2021 sika chepela for nyan kwa to the mortgage na nkasa eye $845 million omo ko free but now we look at currency nice strong they know I start to the Bamia 101 one office
$850 million on 1.8.
No make annually no through the mortgage. So that's it through the mortgage menim owi about me sha make the same teacher no be say so what should we do I'm say before the mortgage is best of no e see it nya bank e be bu adwade for wo ba e koso ko pa bank no betima ma adwade no instant loan on fa ko yini nyama no
it's the mortgage in the be free
say be free say enko che no next kind ko ship life for nisem
because I mean omoji the mortgage na ma ban
there be
e ko ship
life for no
I think sorry that issue we are Ubama member our address even the shepherd line or charges no demorage in the crown.
Yeah.
That's it.
Address
it. Because of find the pen paper or trust to her. So now I was thinking so what be a statement. Or call a investor professional studies no. Or say invite me call we didn't talk about it. And so me the amount my catch we solution. Some of the solution. Because she knew about it my apart from say e dwede ni ba obenya be bia be den because all corner na dollar need that for they assume say that 12 cedis wa planning ni bibia wi all ba na dollar shoot to okope top up abeka won akoyi ni niama onya kiki akodi mortgage e ho afota e dwede ni fota e ye hye ya anya adwumantra e te na betumi ya bo adwede no mo pay measures bi porto ni ma gitingiti bi kan wa e na e surpass e kosoro food inflation say akodi 48%. Your food bucket no and then near my boy no inflation caused by a exchange rate and a food don't know cost you what's the food best you to see best you it is purpose oba no aboa ho because oh yeah me onim ade ba ko say enye association no na be catch us say to near memu you need to because obi ma uska for do udwa Abasu need to because sad price regime no you need be o memu ha obi how because o mo business for diwa so that say it no
a free market
it is all bad because so all bad trust now where you there waboka it's up to you but as you bet my can say o ba mo a boa ho na ne bi a wo na wo to ne say no wo ba na bi na asesan dia say obanyansani yebu ni bebe kan asem so that say
very well Mamina I say that you Mamina was it now report watching yes but I had to say
nyame adome you Kwame
okay what would they expect what you mamin tio na yanko ye adwuma bra
Kwame say me dey me consumer minim dey eko and na unim dey bia me kama semfa starch spray ton on discount say minim kwa starch spray for the past 3 years pay 15 cents. Say it's a 54 cedis. And it's sometimes. You understand? Yeah. Last week, me told me 48 Ghana cedis. Kwame nye adia hojo. Na de biase e ka charges in Hasemwa.
Yeah.
22 import charges a ka Hasemwa say. Any levies ni ade. Kwame. She papa ya sema no okay. Charges ni bi oni levies ni bi ho a Kwame de agusu no. Uhwe bibi ti say vehicle examination year
levy account
or no what devil into their field and it cannot even give us an explanation. You understand? Inspection fee Kwame ultimate my explanation
processing fee
it is clear share a normal cost na Kwame some of the charges it is clear that a being justifiable Jamaica atase
ye
dey atose keke and I will share the government communicators omo ko radio so ko defend sa taxes no come it is clear say a sheer deliberate for somebody to enrich himself a port because explanation omo the man come e funko fobo she mameka se musi me pese me kasa kase because you see Peter Oha Paul Nkanya besem she Emra, Papa or the phobia Besraya has say. In fact, he came to see me. and I'm nini see from ye kono and a mikojano no a packing a car or Vodafone. It's ye corner a bright no more ton phones where you are. Now Utir FM no bionica sepa and I'm say lawyer to bury my casa. To be the voice and I'm say the boss neck I say you have to go and listen to him. And I'm bisa ban and say he found a cast no say asempa. To be by Adam the better asempa FM. And they were discussing Dr. Joseph Obin, Guta president.
Yeah.
Sa release no the Babontin. Say, because of the dollar now cost unity, normal boy a diama. And you for no exploit the consumers. So they were discussing the word exploiting, say, Kenyan pass on. You understand?
Okay.
And all this stuff. And let me person made a mistake. Dr. Frank Bano, on the head of research, Dankwa Institute, was sitting there defending government. Just by making you, would defend the abino and watch the quintia. Abino as a say or cosona or charges nibi. So lawyer two very well beside say, what is the sense in this country? Say, yeah, that's what charge COVID. You wrote un explanation of the man. Was say, oh, what do we say? Budget no you prepare the physical year. Oh.
Yeah.
The fiscal year no. Yenya prepare no. Yentimi nya no hwe the following what am who say yenti we are living on the edge. Kwame. This is not hypocrisy. I'm a Christian. I have to say this. And what am who say as a so mo call manutum. You understand? She Kwame. Who can say budget? You prepare the physical year. We cannot do anything about it. After say it's been announced. That was the explanation of the man. This is a television station matter for so many years. And conform with the American. Sending the crowd people should go and watch that program. Yeah, budget 2020 boss. That's the 2020 budget. Yeah. Read in 2019. Voter region. Some of the critical road list voter region was omitted. 3 days time. The finance minister went back to parliament to address it, to correct it. And the voter region beka homeboa. Yeah. Said dear pana chese se COVID charges eba ni e catch us adi we se ni kwase edia. What mean san kwankwa dane no? Because World Health Organization and also say COVID is over. On the May, madam, I want to make a mistake. World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom, Director General of World Health Organization, and declare say COVID is over. 2003 May. Ghana you prepare your budget to August. You bibia. Ya can you defense. You defend it. You understand? Yeah. So you redo 2023 budget. Now say COVID is over. Why did these two have to charge COVID levy? The American what say? And if I'm not making sense, I'll keep quiet.
Is it? Maybe can be being told here. Saturday no. Me call a Western small. Echo share will be for your meeting. Now, more restaurants be honor. The quarter now, quarter there. We were on the building by was 144 cities. Okay. And one more day building by. Now, me share so. Levies in Kwa na wamoji. It would be 144 cities. Ocha me ba me the list. I deliberately kept it. COVID levy was even on restaurant Biania.
Oh, they be selling that.
What did I say? 1%.
Kwame,
and you look at the levies. I mean, I just don't get it.
But can I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Is it right, say, you better charge even levies on food? Is it right? Is it morally right? Say be a condemn. And because of facility and independence, no. Let's analyze it. Is it right?
No. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You see, me Kwame.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here as a worker here. You understand? And as a broadcaster. I think they're not Papa Ike. Say you met Dr. Baumia and all this stuff. It is clear. Say. They are making things hard for Dr. Baumia. Papa no no. Messi a chechire ne segudachi. Se owone pa Kwame enkwasa ada do Nyankopon. Ewrad mo fa me bone cheme. from the GBC ethics in the Kwase Kamdo Nyame wo Kwame. And no man no. Oh, you see, they can't even explain to you. Even when say explain here, you can't comprehend and apprehend it. You cannot, Kwame. COVID is over. World Health Organization declares COVID is over. Those are who manufacturing COVID vaccine. They have stopped and working on different things. So why then do you still have to charge it? And you are charging inspection fee. You cannot give us a good elucidation to why you are charging inspection fee. Vehicle examination fee. My goodness. Say okay na dia koto bi kope bia kan wo de beko na sa ko say na dia koto you beko ade why Kwame
na me da se na no me da na me pan yi video nkobo na obisa me say aya me misa ho asem no na me bo obisa me say o say COVID by and o create COVID 19 fund, right? And now for making donations near the nyina na sika na kugum. Obisa me say sika no COVID by fund ni mu sika na wo henfa. Say COVID na twam. Na nipa ni bisa say obisa Dr. Nsia Sayemo omo manage COVID-19 is a fund no mo create ya companies sorry ne nkrofo ko ye donations no sika na e wo sa fund ni mu no ne nka ye ne wo henfa. What you say? It is a kind of no honoma. It should be substitute for levies near the year charging near the nina. Nanka ye no free. Quite an interesting one. But many Juma we were hambra. We are not many more atuaso. Na adope ba me fa hasidani be Emma Mascon State for one more aboy ye pa. Ba me ma one more rep nacho di asempa Kwame Appiah Kubi. So di machi.
Me do so Kwame.
Empombo de.
Oh, nyame adom kono nso e.
Erade adom. Nso be ho ye. Yeah. Ma me ntie wa dope na ye ni nkomo emfri ye Mascon fo aso ye.
Yo, me da se. Ebusia for yemfa encha sonko emfri Mascon Estate Ghana Limited aso ye. Na yem family baby biala wo hwe dwumade kasiem ene baby bia wotie sa afidi kasiem ni nyina ne sa Mascon Estate Ghana Limited ye dwumakuo sonko a yeton ensase papa ensase amanso sembia da eniso ensase langade sembia niso a wona to wiese pa eno ano no abewa japade ya wo bia megina wo so eme ha wo tabiara da e wo sa ensase e beton ye dia mawe afei Mascon Estate Ghana Limited ye ensase a yeton no si atoma wi a woni wahini bia ni asam sa afa ni wahini bi ba mo bia begina wo so e ba be ha wo se na hwan kwa na dem awo ana tua hwan fi digin fi no sa no mane ebi ni yasase ne so ye nta meka we ene sa Mascon Estate Ghana Limited obi biara ye nsase a ye ton de ma amanfo no wo se di kan ni di ho enkomo sa nipa no wo ye wo hene sa nipa no wo ye abusua pani ana empo nipa no wo de asase ne ema ye no ya to ye bo ase enne di nkomo bia wo ho awie enti ene obia ni asam ewo enkomodia bia achi bia bio ewo ye nsase pa ye ton ne ye diama Ghana de hye ene obi biara ne ni abre so wo pass asepa ne wato ede adi dwuma me kan ebia wo pass ase na wato no wasi edan atenemu ana empo wo pe eya commercial service plot nese ensase a ebom yu ya eda baby ya eda ekwan ho ya pesa wodi bie ebia asori ana empo wodi bie adwuma kase bi ana empo ebia filling station sa eye hospital ana pesa wo bie eye school ana pesa wo si ewoso sa filling station makan ana empo ebia event center enei sika abemu sa eye warehouse ana empo ebia shopping mall ya enei ye nyina ehun sankamantamu ana afa mantama wodo no ebinuma bia akese yes kapewa anomunya ewom no eno bi ana wonso wo pass as yantam ya eda ekwan ho a eye papa na wabie bi ewosono so atmeneska ni nyina no Mascon Estate Ghana Limited ekwan da form sa wo ba yaso ya eno ewo Sprinters Road Community 18 Junction Sprinters Road Community 18 Junction ya ne Allied Filling Station edi hwanimu ni asan eben KFC a kwambia so ba office won ma kwambia so no ene ye beti wa atu na de atensa sa wo ba na woni abedi asase no nkoma bomodi ansa wo de valid ID card ebeba tienie wo ba fa valid ID card ebra with the valid ID card eba as ten say wo ba be booking and registration said ye be ya e free eye memi debia ekobia no yetimi ede wo asase ne so no akwa said ye asase a ye ton dia ma said ye esi etie tie ne ye me say from Monday ekopim Friday sa wo ba ya so ya eno e was Printers Road Community 18 Junction ya ye ne Allied Filling Station edi hwanimu near sign eben KFC a bamadian sa with valid ID card ebeba now dia be booking and now registration and no bema ho kwan ama Saturday bia de kwa asase so no won so betimi aka ho bi near de akọ sade be ya wodi wani kurotwa wisie ebe kwa akọrọ asase no ye ton na ye de ama wo obi asase ben an ye ton ye de ama we ni nyina no se eye promotion sonko promotion asase an ye ton e de ama wo na sa promotion no eye opani a woda Imascon Estate Ghana Limited edimokona no ye wura hope ya wasan eye elder eye ne birthday an wodie na sa birthday wodie no an wo so de bosome baako esi ho no de aton ensase fofofofofofo yansase ne bo no ewanim kakra nanso enam promotional ya eye birthday promotion ya pani nkase ni promotion wo ye ntino eno na enam so a ya tete so ede aba fom ni ya ton fofofo di amawo sade ya be ya won so no wo betimi ababeto asase ne bi na asase ya japade de won so wetima ya bi pedu wo so na nchirima bom so nsa mpasa wotena Ghana hanum se no wabraba oboye no wa mo abrabo hunu bi ada abusia me kan ebia wote kan mum ana empo wo tijumade bi wo pesa wo gie no mese na wato bo asena pani no watimi afre no ye no meside di djuma ewo Imascon ya so ye wonom no eyam yensa de di kan no eye 0553 840 646 0553 840 646 ana 0553 838 730 0553 838 730 afedi chatto no eye 0209 155 437 0209 155 437 abusia de tie ni na me kase ye ton ensase na boafo mu ade amawo ye ensase ne ewo Tripoli ya ewo dowenya kwan so ewo eye Greater Accra region hanum eseye mesi ensase ne ewo Tripoli ne nka ne wo kan wo bi sa o voter region da bi enye sa na tie Tripoli ewo Greater Accra region se na me kase eben eye dowenya kwan no eso ya Central University ewo honum no wo di free Central University na wo kọ baabi a ensase ne ewo Tripoli no is just a stone throw chese eben ento betimi kram aye trottens anadi abe workings no wako no waba ya sign eben sagleme affordable housing ya hunsem bebre wo Ghana ha no ya be ne pa nya senketwa afa baabi a Reverend Sam Kranche Ankra ni prayer city atundinsa shallow city no ene me na kwa fa Shiloh city ya be hwa ne ye wo ana baabi a enche bia da ye be Kutuka International Airport edi akono ya sanso eben wonom eno nti chese baabi ensase no wono e wo fie pe na ade ma asase no eye da sonko ene se ye ensase no eni da ensuom hyanon so eni da ensuom ana techemu ana empo engu bepaso no akase bia ensuo to a ebe yira fawo ana mframa fa ebe powder so ye ensase no eye asase prada da we ya me kan wo de bra Kessben TV so ye de to so e de amaw na wan kasa wo ni kurotwa wisie aba be hwe de ye kan na ne Saturday wa ba be kan ni nyina kwa asase no so ni akotwa wo de e de amaw na asase a me kan wasemi wo be bi sase na wo si ate so na ne bo no eye sen enka ne na ne bo no eye 30,000 Ghana cedis 30,000 Ghana cedis nanso enam birthday promotion ya ye yentino enei ya te so e de aba 18,000 Ghana cedis tieniye titisika 300 million enei ya de aba from e de aba bedu titiskanom 180 million enei 18,000 Ghana cedis enti abusia wa obegye di sa de make de yate so e de aba fam to betimi atobi wonim say enkraha ensase board nenso yate so e de aba 18,000 Ghana cedis ne e chase ye pewasam ye pese wonya nsase ne bi na wo se ofie e wo so ana wo de ye japade akese bi e wo so half plot no enkane na eye 15,000 Ghana cedis ye pese wotimi tobi nti yate so e de aba 9,000 Ghana cedis 9,000 Ghana cedis titiska no eye 90 million brabe tun nsase ne bi duduom ne fa kwaye de wankasankasa wo pasa wo de ye entimesawa damese hye so say different Monday ekopem Friday bomodi abra ya so ye ya eno ewo nkraham Sprinters Road Community 18 Junction ya ye ni Allied Filling Station edin hwanimu ya san eben KFC for valid ID card bra na be ye book na registration said ye be mimi nda bi akwa asase ne so no wo betima kan ho ne nyina yatumi akom na promotion ye no hye no so say eye me busuma ye omi no ni da etoso aduo no ekopem bosome ya eben ni da etoso edunan ene ye di eye we May 20th ekopem eye 14th June enti fa ho be hyem ni ate so de wo so timi tobi said ye be ya asase me say ye japade wentima nya so hwimpo no a enchirima ba ye bebo abaso esa wa mebu abrabo basa sabi wan fa uska me red dress ana wan fa uska me bo abrabo chenchen bia namum wodi ato asase a eye ejapade ye so resoko enu ntabusia gie no mesebio ebra ye kwena de opeso bisa bia nanom wo panin kase na modi no birthday enti ye sa promotion dia ma no won so ni no edi ho enkomom ye no ma edi kan no eye 0553
0553
840
646
0553 840 646 and now 0553 838 730 05
diaba layer premix no ewo ho fa bi ma wonkoko a etu nkosua no broiler premix aba pacha akoko bi a wonye na kwakoton bia no oyesu bia eboa no mani ye pick premix any toxin binder ni nyina no ewo ho se ebeboa eboa no apomodin ye pa pacha ubehu wo mo ewo amrehia tobu to ho a oyibi dodowa kwantempon no eso anopei woni fidikofo eni nkomo opese utu no dodo mo na wotumi eton bia anopei wo from mo a wo mo ebeje so pa 0244 260 190 0244 260 190 and after 0202 769698 na woni fidiko eni enkomo anopei marriage link for adaromba pacho for all your marriage needs and wants or problems or challenges nyina no marriage link for ebe sort out pa ene one more hwese one more beboa watimi enya wo partner ayebema aware no asoye pa bra na one more parent no emfama with their softwares come and tell them enema wo pe ewo eye oba wo pese woni no etina ho na one more beboa amba wonso wonsa etimi atobe so mpacho okokumase a ye be office back on ewo ho enkrabofo asori dan no eche ho ape ewo asafo mpacho for 0550 426100 0550 426100 na woni wo muni nkomo wo komase obankran ya Teswanika Street ewo Abelempe wo muni wa Mawako restaurant no edi enhwe ni mo anopei frɛ wamo on 0201 919462 na woni wamo eni nkomo obetimi afrɛ 055 441 5679 na woni wamo eni enkomo mabembra na mabedwafo no wrap it up na yen sorry so mebre no na yen fancy fi ma yenko de obeka atwa to say paracetamol no any the basic drugs no ne bo no eye say to
wrap up no as an importer of essential commodity like drugs now say in January this year now dollar no less than 13 cedis. As you see, we are getting it at over 15 cedis. Now the two cedis difference is substantial.
Okay.
What it means is that if I imported a container loads of antibiotics at 12 cedis or 13 cedis in January. Currently, if I want to import, even though it is changing every day, no, you use 15. If I want to import, what it means is I said you see $300,000. I will need 2 dollar difference in addition to be able to import.
Okay.
That's what it means. And so it is making the cost of medicine essentially
very
expensive on the market. For the price of paracetamol, I can't give depending on but some are we are trying to absorb the cost, because if we decide to push all onto the market, we cannot buy some of these medicines. What we can hope for and pray for is that what is needful, so that we have access to the needed cash, and then import duties no so bet say a bear to me for
quickly let me do share me what data bi wa hanu frozen chicken import 2018 we frozen chicken na cost still with everything duty ni bibia 54,000 then 54,200 in 2018. 2021 65,800. 2023 161,900. Frozen chicken. And this all core market na say no boy dinner. These are the things you should understand. Okay. Now, to prefer solution, shape like you should say yeah nyamre. But to prefer solution, now I would suggest the government should look at flat duty rate. Okay. And it say offer spare parts full 40-footer container. Say 100,000. The government should tell 100,000. Say yes, I way. To be honest, these businessmen know the other expenses at the port, illegitimate expenses. Sebi yebeka to say bia when tua duty papa intino when tua sika we fa on e man kono sa e can na be free ho. So we need flat rate, we need fixed interest exchange rate for the business community. Sebi ya when we say our plan here January to June 10 cedis at 10 cedis. These are things that will
my just 30 seconds.
Okay, the American say, Anna Jamaica, no, yeah, the beautiful, no, you see, yeah, the fixed amount to make beautiful. Okay. Oh, yeah, the 2 10 years, fixed amount that whole change beautiful. $1 cost about 4 years fixed